Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back to Property Sisters Network. This is Bold Moves.
Yes, welcome back. Episode 2. Here we are.
Yep. So if you're just now tuning in for the first time, my name is Raquel
I'm Christy.
and we're sisters. We are real estate agents. We've been in the industry for quite a while. And on this podcast, we're bringing you pretty much everything real estate, entrepreneurship,
Life.
whatever else comes out of our mouths. We don't ever plan anything. We just kind of let it play out the way that it's meant to.
See what happens.
So, that being said, episode 1 was hilarious because it was just really random, but we didn't expect the feedback that we ended up getting, which was all positive. So, we just wanted to say thank you so much for all of the support that we've received this past week.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been
really
incredible.
heartwarming.
Yeah.
Reassuring.
Yes, reassuring. It's very much appreciated. I don't think that we thought that anyone was going to watch.
No.
Really. We kind of just put it out there. And when I posted the reel, I was like, yeah, no one's going to watch this. Like, I'm done with being nervous. Like, no one's even going to click play on this. They're just going to think, oh, these two girls again, they're whatever they're doing it. And then we ended up getting, I checked it last, it was like 60 some views. And we're like, who is watching this? Like, I can't see who's watching. I can't see who's subscribed. We have like 17 subscribers, I think, last time I checked.
It's awesome.
It's just so cool.
Fun.
So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so
For
much,
real.
guys.
Yeah, it definitely makes us feel good that we're not just doing this, alone. That we wanted to bring everybody along for the ride.
Yeah. Share our journey and share stories with each other. And it's been really cool that we got this little,
and hopefully impact somebody else, like that's what this is for, is to put our journeys out there, our story, and hopefully guide somebody else through theirs, whether you're in real estate or, any field really. You might take a piece of this, hopefully, and implement it into your business. And we hope to hear from you too. So eventually, we'll have guests on and things like that. But for now, it's just Big Sis and I kicking it. And
and if you want to reach out to us or connect with us, you can reach us at
Property Sisters Network is our link on YouTube, and Property Sisters Network at gmail.com. You can email us there. What else do I got? That's it for now, I'm pretty sure, but more to come. Anyways, we're going to jump into a little bit about how this has been going. We were on the Elite podcast this past Friday.
Yep, the Elite Real Estate Podcast with Jimmy Nelson.
Yep.
Shout out to Unk. But that was really cool. And, it was live, so it was a little nerve-wracking, but it was a different experience. And I think having it be so interactive and like a lot of our friends and peers and, everyone just kind of like hanging out with us for a little while and getting to share our story, that was really fun.
Yeah.
And I wanted to kind of touch on where we were leaving off. He had asked, as a new agent, what did he say?
He's like,
I lost my train of thought.
He said, what would be the best piece of advice that you would give to a brand new agent?
There it is.
And we love that because we want to bring that to light. When you get your real estate license, no one tells you really how to do the job. You kind of just take that test, you pass, and all these legalities and whatnot, but you don't really know how to do the job. So I guess I'll tell my story first, then we can kind of, play off of that. But for me, I got licensed in 2015. I was working at Verizon for some years, and I had only been in the cell phone industry. So I was 15 years old working at Metro PCS. They were family owned. Then I moved to Verizon. My plan was to just own one of those stores. God knew I did not want to go to college. I don't listen to people well. I am just that type of person. I was never a good student, so I don't follow orders very well. Sorry, get off track sometimes. But I meet all these realtors as I'm working at the Verizon store. And there was quite a few of them that I would help because back then we had just come out with smartphones and I was teaching them how to use their phones and all that stuff. So then I was recruited by an agent that was with Keller Williams. And I met with them, sat down with their team leader, ended up going and taking my class. Took me like a year to take my online, course, because I was working full time and I was only 20 years old or something like that. So after I ended up, passing my test after the sixth time. You guys, persistence is key. Let me tell
Yes,
you,
it
in
is.
anything you do, I don't care if I took that thing 15 times, I was still going to do it. So thanks.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so passed my test. Well, damn. Passed my test and went, to work. So I was still working at this Verizon store, doing my thing in real estate, helping a friend, family here, there, whatever. First couple of deals, I was I really didn't know how to write a contract. I would go to my team lead and say, hey, help me write this contract. I have no idea what any of this stuff means. You have to, figure all that out. And so we would do that. And I sold a couple houses a year. Like, I just worked my sphere, my friends and family and whatnot. And then after a while, I just was not doing well. After my first closing, I quit my job, and then I was just not doing well. I mean, 2, 3 houses a year, if that's your full-time job, you're not paying the bills. You're
No.
not you're barely taking
Definitely
care of
not.
yourself. So, I found myself in a pretty bad spot in my life, and I was dealing with a lot of other, things that happen in life, bad relationship, and just my head was not in the right space. I was probably like mid-20s or so. And so I ended up working at another family-owned business, which was the pawn shop, and that was quite an experience. But I went there for about a year, and then finally, we'll talk about that on another episode because that's another story.
Yeah, more stories.
Oh my God, there's just so much. But anyway, so I end up finding a real estate team with EXP Realty, and it was really there that I was able to make a name for myself in this business and become acquainted with more people that were like-minded with me, more my age group, more my style,
Right.
just got along with these people. And so I started doing really well. I had some pretty cool colleagues that, would put me on a deal with them and we would work them together. And I just really started to grab my own style of doing this job. And it was really at that point that I was like, all right, I think I got this. Like, I could do this. Like, this is how you help strangers now, because
Right.
my friends and family, I ran out of those.
They already know you, love you, trust you.
I ran out. Yeah.
Yep.
So now it's like you got to work with strangers, and this has, you have to. I already had the people skill. I've been in customer service since I was 15 years old. I'd like to think that I'm a likable person, and
most of the time,
so on and so forth. So yeah. So then I was one of the top agents over there. Thank you, God, and met some amazing people. And eventually, things change. I ended up leaving there. And I guess that's kind of where, you and I got together. But I was there for, I think, 3 or 4 years ish. But you had joined, you got your real estate license.
Yeah, I got mine end of 2021. So I actually just had my 3-year anniversary, which was awesome.
Oh, shoot.
Yes. And let me help you out.
Got it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so when I got started, there was like a boot camp going on, and just a whole lot of stuff going on. And I know Raquel had already been there and was, one of the top producers and everything like that. So it almost like added a little bit of extra pressure for me, I feel like at the time, because I was just like, shit, I just got to be like,
you got to come in guns blazing.
Yeah, like right away. And I'm like, I don't even know what is going on right now. Like, you just kind of have like this whiplash because like so much information. The boot camp back then was like 3 weeks long, and they're just throwing so much at you like every single day. And just it took me a while to even process that. And then I was like, all right, like once it was done, like I was like, I'm in it. Like, let's do this. Like, I'm excited.
This is it, Rose.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. But it was fun. And I had a couple of weird like first showing experiences. I won't get into those, but I had a lot of like doubts myself, and I was working part-time still. And that's a hard thing to let go of too, is just a steady paycheck and going from that to, strictly commission based, and like you literally wake up unemployed every day, because even when you have things in process, you're like, okay, well, that's going to close, and then what? Because you could
And
be
hopefully it
looking
closes.
right, seriously. And it's like from there, like, okay, well, I got to get this going, because even then we could be looking at another 30 days, 45 days, depending on the circumstances, whatever. But like, you just don't know, where your next check is coming from. And when you're still learning about, building a business, and, realizing there's so many different parts involved, it's just like, you almost kind of want to like pump the brakes for a second
You
and be
almost
like,
want to go back to your
yeah,
job. And
it's that comfortable,
yeah.
like,
But I think once you finally got, not even finally, you had to get your footing
yeah,
and basically just get comfortable with the job itself. And then once you did that, you had enough clients that you were working that was making you at one point give me, your people to show them houses and things like that. And I said, Chrissy, you got to quit your job now.
yeah,
This is it for you. This is how
mhm,
you know when you're ready to jump ship. You got to keep your job, keep whatever you do, but there comes a point when you have to decide that you're going all in.
right,
Your circumstances are going to help you make that decision. You have to pay your bills.
yeah,
There's no denying that. But you have this part-time job and you have to transition into real estate full-time at some point if that's what you want to do. You can do it part-time.
yeah.
I don't
You can do
recommend
whatever
it.
you want. That's
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it,
sure.
and that's the glamorous and the hype part about it too. But depending on what you're looking to get out of it is, that's what you're putting into it. Like, you want to
Right.
make this a career. This is a lifelong thing. And, we're constantly doing things to sharpen our skills. And,
Yeah.
even when I was working, I was still at the office every day off that I had.
Yeah.
Or I would be there before like an evening shift, or, something like that, that I made sure that I was, still plugged in,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to lose everything that I had,
The
yeah,
knowledge.
that I had already, gathered over the last, I don't know, it was like a year and a half or something. But
Yeah.
it was just another kind of point that like pushed me, that I was like, I'm ready to do this. I can do this. But like letting that go, it can be super scary. So
Yeah, but I commend you for that because you made the decision when it was right for you. You had enough clients where you could be busy in real estate, and then once you have your foot on the gas like that, you can't let up
mhm,
because once you do that, then you're like, "Well, shit, I'm not getting paid for if I put a deal together tomorrow, that's another 30 days and then God forbid that doesn't close, that's another I don't know how many days." And
yeah,
like the thing is with realtors, I don't know whoever knows this or not, but there's no salary, there's
no.
no hourly wage, there's no nothing. You don't get paid until you close.
Yeah, and we've both
So,
shown plenty of houses to plenty of clients, and
yeah,
you do get, and you can get them under contract, and then it's like, you know what,
anything can
we
happen.
don't want to move forward, something happens, things change, anything can happen.
Yeah.
And like, I think that was like one of the first like points for me, like one of my first like low like blows that I had. I had like 3 pending deals, and all of them fell apart within like a week. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is happening? Like,
Yeah.
this was a loan, this one, bought a car. I don't even know what happened. And it
Yeah.
was just all a mess. And I was like,
All
this
definitely
is,
learning experiences
yeah,
though. Like this is the thing with real estate. Like you're going to get in, you're going to make mistakes. I don't care what you say. You could be under the baddest, agency, mentor, whatever it is. You're not perfect.
right. We're all
You're going to make
human, things
mistakes
happen, and
and things happen.
that's it.
But that's the beauty of life is you're going to live and you're going to learn, and that's in any industry that you're in. But good on you for keeping it, going and just locking in. I've seen you grind. I've seen you grind yourself
And
into the ground. Like
literally,
it's been awesome to watch you grow, and partnering up together has been even better. I think we've definitely both grown into some kind of what's the word I'm looking for? In wanting to inspire. What's a
I think
word
we
for
just
that?
always have the intention of wanting to give back everything that we've
Yes.
been given, like,
Yes.
since we've
And everything that we've
started here,
learned.
and everything that we've learned, and so many, amazing coaches that we've had, really just
Literally, I was gonna say that.
they click with us, and it's like, my God, like, this is just like, it's invaluable. We wanna just like put it
Mhm.
right back out there.
Yeah, I think a huge piece of this that we haven't touched on is the coaching. and who you're surrounding yourself with. So, as a new agent, finding your tribe, finding your people, who is going to look out for you, who's going to teach you, who's going to be there for you to support you. Not everything is going to be sunshine and rainbows all the time. You have to have someone there that's going to lift you up and say, it's okay. Here's a little bit of advice. It's okay. Do this. So having those people and learning from different people in the industry is huge. So absolutely just a word of advice to whoever is listening, if you're thinking about getting into the business, if you are in the business, and I think this is across the board in any industry, to find where you feel the most comfortable, where you feel valued, where you feel that you're going to excel. I think
Yeah,
for you,
absolutely.
well, for both of us, really, it wasn't until I was on I was on a team and I found people that were my style, and they taught me things the way that I was receptive to, and then I was able to teach other agents that came on there. I was able to teach you, and then we end up leaving there, and then we partner with Jimmy, and then we create Property
Yeah.
Sisters.
And
So,
here we are talking to you today.
yeah, it's just all it's all a learning experience at the end of the day.
Yeah. And honestly, I
So,
just, not to get too off topic, because I just feel like I need to say how much you've grown also, even from when you were switching brokerages and trying to figure things out and navigate it by yourself. Like, that's not an easy task. I don't know. I do know I wouldn't have done it by myself, to be honest with you.
I
And
appreciate that.
and it's really just so cool because, like, it's funny because I'm the older sister, but she's the seasoned agent. So it's like learning this like balance, has just been, it's fun most of the time, but like, we definitely have our moments where we bump heads.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've come so far in, since you decided like this is what you were going to do and how you were going to
Thanks.
do it and the way you carry yourself, the name you've made for yourself. It's really beautiful
Thanks,
just to
sis.
see, and you're welcome. And I'm proud of you. So
Thank
I just
you.
want to say that.
I'm proud of you
Oh,
too.
thanks.
I appreciate it. But it's true though, like, you don't think of yourself one way and then you just kind of wake up one day 10 years later and you're like, "Damn, I actually did all of this, fell on my face a couple times,
Yeah.
and now I'm here." And even in this role now, quote air quotes, guys, I don't consider myself as a leader, but I know so much that you almost think that it could be second nature to somebody else. Like, they don't need to know what I know. This is easy stuff, but no, they don't know. So, like, me trying to teach new agents, and I've brought other agents on, I've tried to find my way in that role. I don't want to be
Yeah, to break things
I
down.
need to be more patient. I need to
Yes.
break things down. It's totally just it's different. It feels different. I've been working on my patience. I've been working on my personality, really just trying to trying to be a little more
Uh,
thoughtful. If that's it, if
Patient,
that's the word I'm looking
considerate.
for.
I see
Yeah.
it. I see it, the efforts there for
Christy is
sure.
saying this because I'm probably the most hard on her.
Abusive.
But of course, we're around each other all the time, and I've apologized many times, you guys. I'm not a bully. I know when I am wrong, and I say I'm sorry, and that is just the way that it is. I'm the little sister. She said she's the big sister,
I'm used to
and
it.
I'm the
I'm
seasoned
used to
agent.
it.
But also, if you have a younger sibling, you know that we're a little feisty. And I have seen that across the board in all families. If you're the younger sibling, you have a little bit of that, just that grit in you that's just like, you know,
Yep.
you just want to do it all, and nothing will stop you. And I feel like that's how I've always been.
Mhm.
Even when life slapped me in the face a couple times, I'm like, I'm cool with that. I mean, I'm not cool with that, but
Right.
I'll take
Take
it.
it to the chin,
Take it
not
to
to
the
the heart.
chin. You know who you are if you're
Yep.
listening. But yeah, that's so true. It just everything that you go through, it makes you a stronger person. If you don't let life break you, you will find yourself. You will come out on the other side. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. You just got to keep going. And I
Mhm.
will say that until my last breath. You just have to keep going. You
For
know,
sure.
there's so many things in life that could bring you down. And it seems like when you're on the cusp of something that's great,
Everything is
everything
just
starts going
coming at
wrong.
you. Yeah. Like
So don't
all
lose your faith.
directions.
Yeah, don't lose your faith. Just keep going. If you're a new agent out there, if you're thinking about getting in the business, do it. find your people. If you want us to help you, feel free to reach out. We would be absolutely happy to connect you with people that are just literally incredible people. I can't even start explaining
We
to you
can
the
have an
people that we're
episode about
associated with.
literally all of them.
Yeah, we just want to love on everybody so much. I mean, even in Jimmy's podcast, I was thinking about like, what the hell did we even say on that? And I was like, we just talked about how much we loved
I
everyone.
swear.
Like
I'm pretty sure that's all we talked about
we
for an
literally
hour.
name dropped so many people, and I'm like, we talked about us, but I was also like, we loved so many people on there, and I'm just like, but you know what? That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Like, we love our job, we love helping our clients, we love who we're surrounded with, and that speaks volumes to the success and to not that we're some crazy successful like rich people, but we are absolutely, I will say, rich in spirit.
Oh yeah.
I love what I do and who I'm surrounded with, and I'm sure I can speak for you at the same point. And that's truly what this is all about. No one
That's
wants
wealth.
to, yeah, that's wealth, baby. No one wants to feel alone. Like this is just like,
yeah, we're all in this together, and
this is this place to be for us anyway.
And it's just us being, lifted up by, people that we looked up to and look up to, and just being able to keep doing, our thing, whatever it is at the time. I know we're enjoying doing the podcast right now and everything, and just even the love and support that we've gotten, it's everything. Like it's literally everything. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
It's the best feeling.
Yeah, I think this past week really just showed us like we could do anything. Like I sometimes I joke with Christy, like when I get really like amped up about stuff, maybe I don't know if I did that a little bit on the first episode, but
I honestly I can't even bring myself to listen to my own voice yet. So if this is repetitive a little bit, sorry guys, but
when I get like amped up, I feel like I just get this burst of energy and I can't shut up. Like I even will like stutter sometimes because I'm just like I'm so passionate about like what I'm saying and it makes me so excited. I just want to burst. Like
I swear.
But that's just like the good stuff, like it's all good things and that is pretty much the essence of what we want to bring to you is
we just want to bring the love, the support, like everything that we've
gone through.
We've gone through it all. And we want to give it back. And just kind of hang out and share our journeys, share our stories.
Yeah.
And,
So long story short, I mean, I've been doing this for 10 years. That's weird. Christy,
3 for me.
3 for Christy.
For me.
And together now for a year. I mean, together for the past 3 years, but as officially partners. Well, we just officially, air quotes, parted. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go home now. But just long story short, you're gonna learn a lot along the way.
And about yourself.
Surround yourself with good people. Don't compare yourself to other people.
That's a huge thing for me too. And like I feel like social media will do that to you, especially with our industry, with everyone. Just, it's constant.
Yes.
Like that's just kind of become part of the job description in a sense. Like,
yep. Social media star.
Literally. But it's scary. And then like also if you're gonna sit there and like watch everybody's stuff and be like, oh, I'm not doing that. I should be doing this. And how did they do that? And it's like you constantly putting that negative energy on yourself. You could be doing 10 times better than you were a week or 2 or a year or whatever, but you won't even think about it like that because you're too busy just, in that comparison.
What's that quote? Comparison is the thief of joy. Mm-hmm. That is so true. Like all I can say is over the 31 years of my time on this earth, the best thing that I have found is to stay true to yourself. Your authenticity will shine through. You will make better friends. You'll have better relationships. You'll have a better connection with your clients. They'll trust you more. You'll connect with people that are like you that you're supposed to be around. Like I don't want to work with someone that doesn't want to work with me.
Exactly.
If someone says, I don't really care for you or I want to work with somebody else or whatever it is, like God bless you, please go because I don't want anything that's not meant for me. If I'm staying true to myself, and I mean, when I say true to myself, it took me a while to even figure out who that is. It's so weird how the way life works. Like I just posted something on Instagram earlier today that was like, most people walk around on this planet not really knowing who they are. Like, what's your name? Oh, my name's Raquel Deli, but that's not who I am. You have to dig deeper, and I'm not going to get too deep into
next
that.
episode.
Yeah, maybe God bless, there's going to be so many episodes, but you have to stay true to yourself. Figure out, who that person is. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What are your morals? What are your values? What do you what are you spending your time on, and how are you spending it? Like, is it Austin, are you investing or are you spending? You know, you really have to decipher between the two, and then let it ride.
Oh yeah.
Have
No,
fun. Let it ride.
I'm actually sorry not to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I'm just really glad you touched on that because I feel like that was a really big factor for me when I started. You know, you're getting all this different coaching, you're getting all these different materials and scripts, and you know, everybody's in your ear doing things a different way. And for me, I just kind of struggled because I'm like, I just wish there was one way. Like,
What's Christy's way?
What's
Yeah.
my way? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like there was a disconnect for me for a little while because I kept trying different things, and I'm like, that's not me though. Like, that's not how I talk, that's not how I present myself. But I'm like trying to be this, you know, real estate professional that like I didn't
That you've
believe that
never
I
been
was
before,
yet.
but
And
you haven't
and
done
I
it
hadn't
before.
done yet. And even, you know, after my first couple of deals, it was hard for me to like just, you know, keep that. But it's like once you actually like just internalize things, make them your own, and truly be your genuine self, like you were saying, it's everything. And it'll take your business to the next level because you know you're going to find your people, do things the way that feel right for you, and not all the different things that you hear are going to be for you. And you know, people are doing a bunch of different things in our industry.
Yeah.
You know, and it's cool. All of them are awesome.
Yeah.
But like you have to just do the one that's right for you, and that's, you know, it'll stick.
Yeah.
And it'll come
if you
off.
hear a
And
word or a phrase or whatever, and you might like the way that it sounds, but then you're like, oh, I don't. That kind of sounds a little salesy to me. How can I say that in a way that sounds like me? You're gonna want to do things like that, like when you're getting information on scripts or coaching or whatever it is. Yes, take the script, and there's a reason why the verbiage is there, but you have to say it enough times and practice it enough times for it to sound like you, whether it's your tonality and how you speak, or whether it's you change a word or two or your demeanor. You just have to get comfortable with all of that. But you know, that being said, I think the point of that is just staying authentic to who you are, and don't try and be somebody else that's going to totally change the course of your business and who you're surrounded with. And you'll find that you become a lot happier, or you know, things you'll be happy at the end of the day.
It makes you want to be your best self.
Yes.
And put that out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, it's pretty good stuff. We're almost a half an hour into this.
Oh my God.
So I'm thinking if I don't know if we told you guys, you know, when you do this, you're, for us anyway, I know I can speak for you. You kind of blank. You're like, what did I even just talk about for the last 30 minutes? But I don't know if we mentioned that we are trying Starbucks Christmas menu today.
Yeah. Pretty good.
I'm sipping on a Mary Cran with coconut milk.
I have the Cranberry Orange. We're not sponsored or anything, but you know, if anyone's listening who knows somebody,
yeah, Starbucks,
let your girls know.
We're spending too much money. So this is going to be really big one day, Mr. Starbucks. So please
Mr.
sponsor
Starbucks,
us.
sir.
Yeah, because we would love free drinks.
Well, cheers to that.
Mary Cran, y'all.
I love it. Honestly, I'm actually really excited. The Christmas music's on. Everything's just so fun and festive lately. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
It's my favorite time of year.
We're big on Christmas. We skipped Halloween this year. Yeah, Christy's an elf.
Yeah. One of Santa's helpers, guys.
Yeah. Well, something else that we like to do, or this is episode 2, but this is what we like to do, y'all. We're pulling popsicle sticks. So our popsicle sticks are random questions or topics that we came up with, and maybe ChatGPT wrote a couple of them, but we put them in a jar, and we just wanted to spice this up a little bit on every episode and just dive into something random for you. So that's what we're going to do now. I think we're ready.
I think, yeah, for sure. I was going to say originally these were for just to kind of practice different objection handlers and things like that. So new agents, maybe pro tip, if you just want to hang out and practice with, you know, some friends, family, coworkers, whatever.
It's like the note, what do you call those note cards?
Like flashcards.
Flashcards. Yeah. It's like the flashcards of real estate.
But funner.
More fun.
It was a Legally Blonde node, but it's okay.
I don't do well with TV or superstars or any of that stuff. All right, I'm pulling my popsicle stick, you guys, and I'm nervous. This is a fun question. What are the biggest challenges for real estate agents today? I would say the biggest challenge for real estate agents today, well, we do have the NAR settlement, which was a lot of fun to navigate. And I'm sure a lot of agents are struggling with that, with the whole who's paying commission.
Right.
I think that would be one of them. I would say that the second thing, or kind of tying to that, is things are just constantly changing. And there's obviously a lot of news out there, and we just had an election, and there's, interest rates, and I think there's just so many factors, so much information and so much misinformation that is out there. And I think what I've learned is the best thing that I can do is educate my clients.
Oh, yeah.
And I think other agents may struggle with that due to a lack of leadership. And for me, I have been very much blessed to be a part of eXp Realty, or for us rather.
Yeah.
And
they've been super ahead of the game, and just new contracts, new this, new that, just whole toolkits that have been like huge in just kind of getting us through
just
this
breaking
and
down
breaking
the details.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think other agents struggle with that because they don't have the same leadership in place that we do. And that's not even me trying to talk up EXP. You can Google some of the stuff that EXP has rolled out in, essence of the whole NAR settlement. And really across the board, we have, amazing leaders here that have really done a very, very good job of keeping everybody informed and educating us, so that in turn we educate our clients.
I was just going to say that's the most important part, because I feel like a lot of agents just aren't comfortable, and maybe just kind of thinking like, they have their doubts because they're not fully understanding what's going on, do's and don'ts, yada yada, and just to convey that to your clients in a way that they understand, like, this is, it's all about what makes the world go round, kind of thing, right, in our world.
Because if we're confused, how are our clients going to feel?
Yeah. And it's like they want to know that you're the expert, you have their best interest, at heart, no matter what, and there's going to be changes constantly. It's an ever changing industry. And, every day the rates are different. So it's like, you're always going to be hearing something. The election was another thing. Holidays are going to be another thing. And there's always going to be something, but there's also, you need to just figure out what, people, what their why is, what their motivation is. And, if they need to move, if they need whatever they need, that's your first step. And, make sure you do that to the best of your ability.
Yeah, I agree.
Should we do another popsicle?
That was a good question. Yeah, because you need to pull one. Pass me that jar, sis.
Okay.
Yeah, I got. Yeah, you do.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was. What's a risk you took that completely changed your life? Getting my license. I literally did not even want to do this when I first started. It was just kind of something that fell into my lap. I feel like with Raquel, getting licensed during COVID, and I was in jewelry sales before that. So it was just kind of like slower time, not really much going on, but I was just like, what am I doing with my life? Essentially. Like, I never dreamt about being a realtor one day.
I don't think anybody ever did. Any realtors are not dreaming about this.
I really wouldn't change it for the world. I think it really taught me so much about myself, about just life, and people that I've been able to connect with over the last few years. It's been the best ride.
The growth is insane, you guys.
It really is.
It's
like,
insane.
I was a completely different person.
Totally.
I feel like, just I don't know. We went
inside and out.
Inside and out. Yeah, it was like
Christy used to have dark hair like me, you guys.
She did. But we didn't. I feel like we look more alike with me having lighter hair for some reason. I don't know why.
I don't know.
But yeah, it was just a whole different ball game for me, and I was just, not really sure what to do. Kind of lost, like, working a bunch of different sales jobs like throughout my 20s. Heavy in the party scene, let's be real, and it was just like
you lose track of what's
you just
kind
of wake up one day and you're like, what is happening? Like, what have I been doing? What have I been going through mentally that like got me to like that got me here? Like, and you're just like, when you have these I guess these realizations, you're just like, well, how do I even fix this? Like, what do I do first? And I don't even remember what I said. I think I just started going to the gym, reading whatever I could read, I don't know, just
doing
random
your best to
self-help books
change.
and just little things
You
that
had
I
to
was like, I
change.
don't want to be in this rut that I feel like I'm in anymore.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because like then once you kind of like got me involved in like, at the same time, like I was saying in the beginning, like it was a scary space because you had already been,
In it.
you've been in it and you had a name for yourself. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to come in and like mess that up. And what if I suck and do something stupid or like,
Yeah. It's pressure.
it's just there's so many different pressures that you can put on yourself. And I feel like for a long time, it was hard for me to like overcome that. I just
Yeah.
wanted to kind of like do my thing, do it under the radar, see if I could even
Do it.
close a
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Like there's so much like happening, mentally when you're trying to make changes and better, like literally rewiring yourself. Like that's pretty much what it comes down to. And that's, I don't know, that was a game changer for me because you're also putting yourself out there in a different way, in a different light. And now that I feel like I've ended up on the other side, it's like I can almost breathe just easier to be like, okay, you stuck with it. You had some crazy things happen, crazy deals that, we won't talk about now, but like there's a lot that goes on. And but like you just kind of realize it comes with the territory.
We're gonna go home.
I'm done. Can we just be done?
No, but
comes with the territory. Okay.
Yeah, but I will say, you've definitely grown inside and out. I think you did take a lot of pressure on getting into this industry, and I think that was a lot to do with me already being in it, but also you being in your own head. And that's another struggle that people face on the daily basis is you are your own worst enemy. You are your own worst critic, and you've got to just keep going to overcome that. And you did that, and you did a really good job doing it. You found your way, you found your style. Like I've said before, when you're in this industry, you take a little bit of everybody else and you make it your own. And you've totally done an amazing job with that. And as far as you just jumping in and going for it, I'm so happy you did, because so many things have transpired after the fact. Even though I was a little bit resistant with you coming in because I had the same
That's
thoughts.
a nice word for it. No, just kidding.
Sure.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely had my reservations about you coming into my space.
Yeah.
Let's be real. And things were, I would say they were a little bit rocky at 1st. But I'm so happy that things worked out the way that they did. And you took that risk. You took a leap of faith, which then actually enabled me to do the same thing. Not only have you learned from me, but you made me do some things that I was absolutely not comfortable with. I was very comfortable on my team and with you there and with Jimmy and all of our people, and it was amazing. And I, of course, wanted to branch out on my own eventually when I had money saved, when I had an idea of what the hell was coming next. But sometimes shit just happens and you find yourself just making moves that you had not planned. It's like, God has a plan for you, and you could plan all you want, but then within seconds, it was within a matter of a week, I think, and just life just totally changed. And I was like, well, Jimmy's not here anymore. Chrissy's not here anymore. I'm still here. What am I doing? I had no money, you guys. I was like, in my brain, I was like, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna save all this money. And then when I have this money, I'm gonna branch out on my own, and then I'm gonna have my business plan. I'm gonna get business from here, here, here. Like I had this whole vision in my head of how I was gonna go about that. I really did. I was like,
Yeah, I know.
but it's gonna take me a couple of years to do it.
Right.
And then in a week I did it. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so broke. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. But like, if there's one thing I've also learned, if you feel that way, you have to have faith and trust that God's going to provide, or else you will
You'll spiral.
You'll have a heart attack.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
And I've been down to my bottom dollar, and I have made it out, and I have had things come out of nowhere, or a cash deal comes up and I close it in 2 weeks or whatever. Sometimes you're learning, you're finding yourself in these positions because you're still learning. But anyways, besides the point, I found myself like looking around like, what the hell am I doing? My heart and soul isn't even here anymore. It's my sister and Jimmy, like you guys. And of course I had my friends there too, and I love them still, and have much respect for our team and everything. But when you guys left, it took a piece of me with you. And I was like, I can't sit here in good conscience and you guys, you're my sister, for God's sake. It's like, what am I doing? So I had to just make the decision to leave. And I think I had like $1,000 to my name, $2,000 to my name. You guys, I promise you, I was having a heart attack. But like, even then, like, business was kind of slow. But I was just like, I knew in my heart that I had to make the jump, and I was like, it's going to be fine. We're going to be fine. We're going where we've got our people. It's me and you. It's me and you, and we got each other, and we're just going to figure this out somehow. And God
And we
bless,
did, yeah.
and we did, and it transpired into something even different, more crazier than we could have ever thought. We ended up somewhere else, and then now we're somewhere else, and we've got Jimmy as our coach, and it led into us being more involved in EXP and getting more acclimated to the way that the systems work when you're more of a solo agent versus on a team, and also building better connections with other EXP agents and other leaders that are in our community, our state brokers, things like that. And all of those connections have been so incredible to have ever since then. So I can't even put a price on that. But if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have taken that jump. And I would not be sitting here with you on this podcast. Like, it's so amazing where life could take you if you just like follow your gut and follow your heart and just go with it and just have faith that things are going to work out the way that they're supposed to, and you're going to end up where you're meant to end up no matter what.
Yeah.
Like,
and it was rough for a while, like for a long time, I feel like, until, we kind of got our business back together.
We fell on our face a couple times, for
literally
sure.
on our face, flat on our face. But like, just stick with it. That's the best advice like we could possibly give, is because like, and we're grateful that we had each other to like lean on and, go back and forth with and everything like that. But it's like, you still just, it's just that thing you need to know, like deep down, like, is it like, what's for me? Like, is this serving me? Is this, what am I getting? And it's like, if you're not getting the thing that you need, like, just don't be afraid to see what's going on and see what's out there. And like, it's scary because you're comfortable, you're making money, or whatever it is that you have going on. But it's like, you ever see that meme that like they have that little teddy bear and they're giving it to the girl, and then there's like God's holding like the giant teddy bear like behind his back?
Yes.
It was kind of like that. Like, it's like, it just, I don't know what it was that like pulled, but it had to happen. And like, we just did it, like ripped the Band-Aid off, and here we are.
And now we have a podcast, and we're streaming on YouTube, and you can find us at Property Sisters Network on YouTube, Bold Moves. You can contact us at propertysistersnetwork@gmail.com. I think this is an awesome way to wrap this up.
Sounds good to me.
Yes. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks for the support all this week, and continuing. Hopefully it's been fun.
We're
excited.
We're really excited. We had no, what's the word I'm looking for?
We don't really have any expectations.
Yes, that. No expectations, but I'm happy with the way it turned out.
Me too.
Happy we got it. I was like, no one's going to watch. And then we end up with 60 views. I'm sure that's nothing in the YouTube world. I don't go on YouTube, so I don't know. I really have no idea what we're even doing. I don't know how I got here, but to have even just one view, I was like, oh my God, who's watching this? So thank you so much.
Hanging out with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's been fun.
Please reach out to us. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you are an entrepreneur. We are gearing up to hopefully feature some guests soon. So if you are thinking that you have a story to tell, or you are an entrepreneur and you want to give us a little bit of advice, share your story, please contact us. If you know us personally, you got our number. I'm not going to put our number on here. But if you don't, email us. If you want to partner with us, if you're a new agent, you want some advice, propertysistersnetwork@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
for watching, and we will be back next week.
See you next time.
All right.